we are all undergoing a lot of changes in our daily lives and in our business. What do you think will be the changes that will stay on after this pandemic is over? Claire, maybe you could give us your opinion.
Hi, I think many things change. Many changes will stay after the pandemic. The way we live, work, social, travel, entertain would be remain changed more or less one way or another. Too many to list. I'd rather bring up some interesting points to share the bright side. Food delivery and home cooking. We got better. If we short of any materials, we can get it in China, like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. And then the return of leftovers. Those restaurants actually come to the house, take off the leftovers. And the second one is more caring on health. After this kind of pandemic, of course, everyone is going to be more focused on their health. And one change in China is that we got the doctor, the family doctor, online, video, FaceTime your doctors. This is the new normal in China. And the most profound one in our office is portfolio career. That means team members can be geographically dispersed and work remotely. Even we can have some staff work on different times. Of course, when we bring up life, we have to mention entertainment and education. Here in China, we have all kinds of ways of online entertainment and online education. Online piano class, English class is also very popular. And for entertainment, we have all kinds of TikTok, whatsoever. The last one is an old story, online shopping. This is something very important to our industry. And e-commerce has been the most successful shopping mode in China for many years ago, because we have the biggest number of netizens in China. And personally, I'm a very big fan of the online shopping because I'm a mom and I'm busy, very busy at work. So I have almost zero time for myself. So online shopping is extremely time saving. But philosophic thinking, if we consider a really long term, the COVID itself changed nothing except accelerating digitalization. We let internet rushing into our life rapidly after the outbreak. Actually, it's only a matter of time we will reach there anyway. So my thinking is it's only rushing every future to the present.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Claire, sorry. Yes, I agree with you. Daisy, if I could have your opinion, what are the things that will stay on after this pandemic is over?
Hey, now it's okay.
Yes.
How to say? Firstly, I am changing. Before, for example, I had a lot of excuse to go to the gym. But now, since a few months ago, let's say around 5 months ago, I started to go to gym. And I'm going to gym every week, but 3 times. And at home, I still keep doing exercise. I'm spending 40 minutes to do exercise in the evening after left the office, right home. So this was never happened, was always planning, but never happened. I think after this pandemic, especially in China, our government is starting to put a lot of focus on encouraging everybody to start to do exercises. You know, Chinese is not really doing so much exercises. They prefer to work a lot than doing nothing about the exercise. But now, even I feel I'm very lazy out of the working. I'm lazy. I don't like to move. I don't like to do exercise. But now I like it very much. So this is one of the things I'm changing. But like Claire mentioned, to do online shopping in China originally it was very popular already. Now, a few days ago, I was talking with my old classmates in America. I don't know, before I think people are not so fan of buying online, for example, for the daily supplies, but they are now even starting to have everything buying online. So it's just, I think that this is changing to all of the world. So I think after this pandemic, also people still keeping, maybe in maybe short time or long time, people will try to keep more social distancing, and no touch communication will be more popular. For example, before we may prefer to always easy to have a face-to-face meeting, but maybe in some short time, I don't know when the pandemic will be gone. But before that, maybe until the vaccine comes out, people must to be used to the video communications instead of the face-to-face. Here, here gathering could be more released than a few months ago. But I don't know what will be happening in the future.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
That you have more communication with outside. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Ras, how about for you? What do you think will be the lasting changes that will stay on? If you could unmute yourself, please.
Yeah, I believe we more put, we all are, putting our efforts into, how to develop our business and all, like infrastructure to the warehouses or something else, but we don't put more efforts into IT and, other things. So I think, so we have to be high-tech. We will put more efforts into, developing our companies, or, to go towards, IT solutions and all. If you talk about fashion, there will be, the mask will be the staple now. This is very important now. This will add on our wardrobes also. So this is one of the industry it will survive for, I'm sure, for coming few years. Then hygiene products. So these are the things, it will last, impact on our business also. So it will be added benefit for us. These are not the products which is moving quite well before, but in coming few years, these are the things which will be added on, on our business, and we have to carry all these things.
That's right. Yeah, thank you. How about you for Sam? If you could please unmute yourself. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Niels. To be honest, Claire made a few really good points about the technology for a lot of us companies that we really haven't invested in the past, which we all now realize that we need to in the future. That is probably one of the biggest things that we've all had to open up our eyes and see what did we have in place and what do we really need in place, because a lot of our staff have been working from home. The internet, the security, and so on. They're really big factors as businesses that we really need to take into account moving forward. But apart from the point that Claire mentioned on the technology, I also believe, travel. We're all here on a Zoom meeting. Who would ever have imagined that we would be here on a Zoom meeting? We would have all loved to, see each other face to face and hug each other, shake hands and whatever. But this is probably going to be the norm for a lot of meetings, a lot of travels that we would normally do. Rather than travel by plane, we would have Zoom meetings. And that's probably one of the new norms that is going to be going forward. And we all have to accept that. And again, it goes back to Claire's point on technology. We all have to adapt acknowledge and accept on the way we're all doing this. And the last part that I've found is, you know, I mentioned earlier in the first point, we've all been away from the office for 8 months, except for the warehouse drivers and essential staff members. But staff in Australia, I'll only comment on, 8 months been away from the office. I asked the question, when we are allowed to get back to the office, would you like to come back straight away because of mental health being? And the response was actually 3/4 no, which we need to now look at on staff probably working from home rather than working from the office. But it's, you know, social wise, it doesn't really matter. Communication within the office is very important, which will affect that. So there's positives and negatives. But then the effects on the industries, on the CBD, for example, rentals, it's going to have a really big effect on the economy long term. So it's something that is achievable, is something that we all need to probably look at, because, you know, staff, we need to try and keep happy. But it's something that we never really thought that could happen in working from home.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks, Sam, for your input there. I mean, how about for you? What are the lasting changes that will stay on after this is over? Sorry, I mean. Yeah.
Yep. Well, according to me, something which is going to stay is, of course, the digitalization. Everything is going on IT. Like, we are on the virtual conference, and we'll be more specific on the self-help care. We are more concerned than before on it. At the same time, we are more concerned on the overall hygiene level, on where we are, what we are doing. So this is going to stay. Like, and also we are now used to spend more time with our family, with our loved ones. So this is something which we will definitely value more after the pandemic.
Yeah, I fully agree with you on that one. I mean, that's clear. I mean, if anything, it has shown us then there are certain values that we've been reminded that are important. And one of those is spending time with loved ones more, and working from home can be done, can be achieved. There are a lot of inconveniences that this has brought us, but also it has brought us back a certain realization that there are more important things in life than just work. You can combine work with family. Things can be done a little easier. You don't necessarily have to travel. That business trip, you know, can be saved maybe. You know, instead of traveling 10 times a year, you can travel 5 times a year. A lot of these changes, I also believe will stay on going forward.